Hey there, it's Andy again. I'm trying to show some use cases for ministries to use AI, and so thought I would show this one. I had been hearing about mental frameworks, and it sounded vaguely familiar, and so I wanted to find out what Perplexity had to say about it. So I said, writing as an expert in personal professional development, write a description of mental frameworks with particular attention to frameworks that aid with interpersonal small group and public speaking communication. So that's my undergraduate and graduate degree are in communication. I've taught speech here and there, and so thought that would be a helpful way to do that. So it gave me a good essay there. Some of these I had heard from before, the Tuckman model, forming, storming, norming, and performing. That's very familiar. Some of these I hadn't. I had not heard about the prep framework of point, reason, example, and point. So it gave me Monroe's motivated sequence. We know that. So because I wanted to avoid plagiarism, or at least not pretend to know something I don't, I asked it to rewrite the article, and I gave it specific examples to work from that I would be able to write for myself if I had the time, or if I wanted to take the time to do that. So I said, could you rewrite the article so that this example is of interpersonal communication is active listening, which is stop, look, listen, ask questions, and summarize. And then I asked it for a small group example, which was the standard, was my standard problem solving agenda, which is define the problem, analyze the problem, develop a criteria for solving the problem, um, uh, generate possible solutions, compare the solutions against the criteria, select a solution, and then schedule time for evaluation. That's uh, I've been teaching that for years. I know that one very well. It's a framework, right? These are examples of frameworks. I asked it to do one around argumentation, which is kind of the five stock issues of policy debate, which is significance, inherency, that the problem is rooted in a agency that you have some control over, that you have a plan, that plan will solve the problem, that it's a workable plan, and that it has advantages that outweigh its disadvantages. And then they went ahead and stuck with the Monroe's motivated sequence as the mental framework for public speaking. So these are just kind of stock structured ways of thinking. And so it wrote me a very good essay about that. I went ahead and copied that essay, and I brought it over into a new tool that I have learned about called Napkin. This is Napkin AI. And what it does is it creates visualizations for what you want to do. So if you see here, I've got the steps to active listening: stop, look, listen, ask questions, and summarize. I went ahead and asked it to generate. You can see what it generated for me there, but it'll generate a different way of doing that, and it'll give you these options of different visualizations and styles for that, whatever that listing is, or that concept is. And they're not overly complex. They're fairly stock, but helpful. So I went ahead and used this one that was kind of the lenses, since it is sort of a process: stop, look, listen, ask questions, and summarize. And did the same thing for the standard agenda for problem solving. It gave me pipes. It gave me this sort of 5 point um, uh, this diagram for uh, the argumentation. Gave me a lighthouse for Monroe's motivated sequence. So again, not just terribly. I mean, it's a little more creative than what you're getting from the PowerPoint stock issues, images. But again, not just blow your mind creative, but if you're not an artist, and I'm not an artist, these are really helpful.